Hello, hello.
Hello.
Just making sure that other Melanie it has the link.
I tried last week's link and it wasn't connecting well. I had to go to like week 7.
Oh, well, let me send this exact one to the group then.
It's a techie day today.
I tell ya. Well, not surprised.
Right?
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, earlier we had the call with all of the practitioners and it didn't record earlier this week. I was like, oh, sorry, but also, okay.
What do you do, right? Seriously.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm like, well, maybe that was just for the people who was on it. I don't know. Awesome. Oh, we're getting down to our final countdown. So I am flying on next Thursday. So yeah, she's like technology, so she'll be a minute. I'm flying on the 16th, so I should arrive in time to be on the call, but I don't know how service will be or where I'll be at. And I think everybody else is flying out in a couple days, so I don't think we're going to do a call next week. So if we need to like check in and message and video message, that's great. But it's a lot easier for my sanity to not have to fly and then stress about finding a place and picking up the rental car. So this is our last call until we meet in person.
Yay.
So how is everybody doing this week? Who wants to share first? Okay, Mel, you want to share since you're unmuted too?
Oh,
Rowena,
am
you
I,
start. So
am I unmuted?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I,
let me mute myself.
I'm feeling much better this week, energetically. So I don't know anything else to check in or say
Sweet.
right now.
Feeling
So
better energetically is wonderful.
yeah. Although I did have your emotion chart,
Hmm.
are there when there's the different columns and the different rows, what are those for? Because
They are
it's
isolated by
some sort of
body part.
that's what I was
Yeah.
asking. What
They are isolated by
for
body parts.
chakras? Is that what it is? 1 through 7? Or is it
It's nope, it's more organ based. So
organ based?
it's usually like the digestive system. These areas will affect the heart. I have a more detailed one that I've been working on
Right.
with
So how do I know which column is which and which row is what? Because my brain does not like to know, I mean to not know.
let me go grab my book. Hold please.
Okay.
Where we have visual learners, I really wanted to have a visual with this.
Okay.
So here, if you're wanting to know where the emotion is in the body, you can use this page. And we'll go over this in detail in person. But as far as the chart, even though they are lumped by, it's kind of complicated, which is why I have a new one that I've been working on and I just haven't completed it yet, because they are based on trauma as well as where those traumas tend to be in the body. So it's not black and white, like this is going to be your liver and kidneys. It's like
Right.
it's your liver and kidneys if it's this type of trauma. If it's
But
not,
to
it could
not
be your heart and your lungs.
but to not know what the things are makes this difficult to utilize for me.
Okay. So,
Does that make sense? And
yes.
so it's like there should be a rhyme or reason. Do I read across like this way, or do I
We'll go
read
through
down?
that in detail in person. That's part of what we're doing in person.
Okay, then
We'll
I
we'll go
won't.
through tapping in and then divinating which one. But I do love that information, and you aren't the first one. So one of the other things that we'll do is we'll go through how to use each of the charts because we haven't gone over that yet. So this also has all of the same emotions, and they're also categorized as well.
Right, and
But
so
I don't
this
have the
one looks.
categories on here. So one of the
So
projects,
looking at it, looks like you could use it as a pendulum. Is
yes,
that right?
yes, it is also a
Okay.
pendulum chart. Yeah. And so I have set up several different ways because everybody divinates differently. So depending on when you open your gifts, what they are, you'll find
Mhm.
one that's your sweet spot. Now, in the future, this is a project I've been working on, and I just found somebody who can actually do it. I have clear overlays you will lay over this.
Oh,
So one is
nice.
based on trauma and they're color coded, so it changes the colors. And so you can see what color category it's in and then use your key to go, oh, these type of traumas typically are going to be these emotions. Oh, this part of the body is going to be these emotions. So that is coming. It's an upgrade that I haven't completed yet, but will at some point. So yeah, we will
Okay.
go over those in detail. You don't have to know how to do that yet. Because it's
Okay.
easier to do it in person and then have everybody practice while you're activated because it's easier when there's more energy. So yes, really good question though. Oh, I love it. We're gonna have so much fun. Um, Melanie is on. So we're going to go with Mel and Melanie to differentiate between the two of you throughout our time together. And you just took a bite of something, but we want you to introduce yourself. So
Hello, I'm Melanie. And I typically go by Melanie. Very few people call me Mel, so that works. I am so excited to get to experience this with you guys, and I'm like super jazzed. I popped in right at that question, and I wanted to be like, just wait, just wait. There's so much. Like yeah, that logical part of your brain is like wide open right now, and then we go there and you're going to be like, oh, I don't even need that part of my brain. I just know. So it's yeah, so it's wild, and this just took me back to like our beginning calls on my group, and I'm just like I'm so excited. So I went to Mexico with Polly in November of last year, so I'm coming up on a full year this year. Um, and I love every minute of it. I'm in the middle of some wild times in my life. I'm getting a divorce. I'm trying to get my house ready to sell. In the middle, I'm going on a, week-long healing journey with you ladies. Um, just so you know, every time I tune in for myself when I'm trying to like move some stuff, it eases, but I'm unable to clear myself right now because the constant thing Spirit keeps telling me is it's for Hawaii, that's for Hawaii, that's for Hawaii. Be patient, Mama, it's for Hawaii. And I'm just like, oh, I hope these ladies are ready to practice on me because I am ready for you to learn.
saving it up.
Yeah, and I'm super, super excited for you guys to get to experience all of this. And I'm excited because Mexico is totally different than Hawaii. And reading the agenda and the travel stuff today or yesterday, whenever you sent that email, I was just like, I need to go home and pack right now. I don't want to deal with real life. I just want to be in Hawaii already. So I'm excited to get to know all of you and spend time with you and experience your opening of your gifts and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Melanie is coming to support, so she'll be helping with food and just whatever is needed and experiencing all of it with us. So I'm grateful that you're coming to be the backup.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, and you
If you can't tell.
and we've known each other for years. I don't even know how many retreats you've done with me because you did the body love, soul love, self love when I started doing retreats again years ago.
That was in 2021, and I know that because I found the book when I was packing my office, and then I found the water bottle. I'm all, okay, this was definitely 2021 because we went back and forth on if it was 2019 or 2021. So
Yeah, I can't keep
Yeah.
track.
Me either. Well, and since Mexico, I've tried to go to everything you've done.
And you've done a lot of the continued trainings and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yay. Anything you want to know about Melanie, guys? She's very open.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you live, Melanie?
I'm in South Jordan, Utah.
Oh, wait, sweet.
Where are all of you at?
This is Cindy. I'm in Richfield,
Okay.
Utah. Yeah.
Rowena, I'm in Spring Creek, Nevada. And I
Nice.
love South Jordan. We go there quite often.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm in Sandy. So
Okay.
real close.
Your last name is Menlove. You show up in my suggested friends all the time.
I was like, do you guys know each other?
I'm like, I don't know them. Why? But we have a lot of people that we both know.
Well, send me a request and let's be
Well,
friends.
now that I know you're in the group, I would have done that a while ago if I would have realized.
Who's this person popping up saying,
I'm like,
"Ding,
we're
ding,
going to
ding, ding."
Hawaii together. I'm a stranger now, but I won't be when we're done.
So, Melanie, what was your reason for saying yes? Well, because that's what everybody else had to ask. Well, didn't have to, but got to answer in the beginning. Like, why was this your sacred yes? So, either for this or for when you came your first time.
Whew. Clearly spirit for my yes for this. Like I just felt so called that it didn't matter. There was no obstacle that was going to stop me. And I understand why now because of what I'm going through, what's transpired in my life in the last 4 weeks. So like literally the last 4 weeks. So I'm so thankful and grateful for spirit guiding me and me going, yeah, no, I'm supposed to be there. I'm going. I don't know what's happening or why, but I'm going. And so even my boss like bucked against me taking vacation. This is like I work at Savers thrift store and this is our busiest time of the year and I'm like just leaving for a whole 7 days. And I'm like, yeah, sorry about that. I already paid for it. Ooh, can't, it's not a blackout month anymore, so you can't tell me no. And yeah, so that my sacred yes for stepping into this. I bought a drum around Mother's Day from you someone else actually bought the drum I wanted, and then you did a custom similar type drum for me. And I thought, what's Holly doing these days? Like, I don't see her posting about retreats or any of this stuff. I'm like, I wonder what she's doing. And I saw the offering and I sat with it for probably 2 weeks. I read every word verbatim of what was included. And I just kept being like, no, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Like something big is in Mexico for you. And that was very true. Very, very true. I can't always put into words what happened to me in the cenote in Mexico, in the Temazcal in Mexico, during all of our ceremonies. Like every single one was like another piece of my trauma and my story that I was living in, and all of those things, it all fell away. And I came back knowing who I am. I knew who I was when I went there, but like knowing in my soul who I am and what I stand for and what I deserve and my worth. And I've done so much in the last year. Like it's so wild to look back. Me and Natalie, one of the other practitioners that was in Mexico, were actually just talking about this recently about how much we've all just progressed since November and just like what this year has been for me. And so I'm sure glad that I just made it work. And it was like, yeah, non-negotiable. I'm going.
Claim
So
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love watching on the outside. That's what nourishes me is getting to see that shift. And yeah. I have all these words and all these feels, and they're not going to come out at this moment. Thank you, Melanie.
You're
excited
welcome.
to have you. So when we're in Mexico, keep your Mexico energy on your side. This is Hawaii. So when we're in Hawaii, you guys, when you arrive, I will be there. I have a huge 15 passenger bus van that is gigantic. And I even tried downsizing, and then I just kept getting this ping that luggage would probably be a thing. So we have plenty of room for luggage. We have plenty of comfort, and we're just going to trust that the Holly bus will get us to where we need to go. I'll have it a couple days, so I'm going to get used to driving it. And I have driven big vehicles before, so we'll pick you up, and we're going to go directly straight to the house, and we'll have dinner that night. Normally, I like to stop and let you connect in, but because it is the months where we have less sunlight, they don't like to drive us down in the dark. And if they do, it's like $1,000 fee. It's ridiculous because they're like, we really don't want to drive there in the dark. So find each other when you get there. And then I will be there to get you. Use WhatsApp because it works a little bit better when traveling. So we'll just be in communication. It's a big white van. You'll see me. I'll know where you are because it's a small airport. So it's all outdoors. So plan on being outside once you land. So bring something you can shed off or clothing in your carry-on that you can change into if it's warm. Just be prepared for that. And then we'll go straight there and we'll have dinner there. The drive-in, we park my big, huge bus van, and then they'll transport us down. And it's got dirt roads at times. We go through a river at times. The view is phenomenal going in. So last time it was dark when we arrived. So because we had delayed flights and things. And so we ended up not getting to see the view till we were leaving. Which I've seen it before, but I was like, you guys have no idea what you're walking into. But that was also perfect too. So everything that flows is going to be perfect. We'll go down into the valley and we'll be there for several days. And that's where we'll do our ceremonies. We'll do the instruction. We have access to the ocean. We have access to the rivers. And we're basically going to be in that spot. There isn't any cell phone access, but there is Wi-Fi. Now, last time, a cat had gotten the house and unplugged something and nobody knew. And so we didn't have any Wi-Fi or cell service for 2 days. So you'll want to be aware that that is a possibility, very unlikely this time because they're like, it's never happened. But now we know that service might be spotty. So probably let your loved ones know when you land that you landed safe, and then you can check in when we get to the house. But I also set up with the gal. I was like, if we get there and we check in, I need another check-in. Make sure I have communication. So I did set those in place just in case. And then once we finish in Waipio Valley, then we'll go to another location where we're going to stay. And on the way, we're going to visit some sacred sites. We're going to have some beautiful hot springs, delicious volcanic water soaking one of the days. We have a local man that's going to teach us the protocols for the land, the prayers that you offer and sacred songs and what they mean, and sing for us. And he's just a beautiful, beautiful soul, and the stories, and everybody loved it last time. So we're doing it again because they said that was really nourishing to walk the land and know where you are and the way it can be honored. And then also he'll teach us how to create offerings and give them to Pele, the volcano. So we will go up and see the volcano, and she's erupting so big right now. She just started when I was there last time 6 months ago. So, well, more than 6 months ago. And so I'm really excited to see that. And we'll kind of go with everyone's needs as we go. Yeah, really excited. So the kits have gone out. Has anybody received theirs? They should start. Okay. They should have popcorned in. I did do a video, so there is a video explaining everything that's in there. Basically, the things to bring would be your alchemy water, if you choose. Your alchemy water. This is not alchemy water. This is your cleansing and alignment spray. I will have some. And I'm bringing some for you, Melanie, too. All of your treasures I'm just bringing because yours were a little bit different because a lot of the stuff you already had. So, but you can choose what you bring. Your alchemy water is for sure something you want to bring, and your hoop. Do not forget your hoop, or you can't make a drum.
Good question about the hoop. My husband's a painter, so he thinks about stuff like that. Does it need to be sealed? Are we doing that there? Or is it going to affect the wood? Because he was worried about that for me.
It does not need to be sealed, although I will have a sealant spray that I'm bringing. So you'll
Mhm.
have a chance to seal it when you're there. If you want to paint and adorn and wood burn or draw inside your hoop and like create something with it while you're preparing, you absolutely can. If you want to seal it, you absolutely can. If you want to
Yeah.
add something after it's sealed, we have things that we're bringing. Melanie has some magical paint pens that she's bringing. She's like, I've got the paint pens, and I'll bring some too. And then I'll have the sealant so you can actually add a layer on top if you needed to. But yeah, they are plain right now. You're welcome to do whatever you wish to ahead of time. We have had a few that like to wood burn, very detailed and long, time consuming, so they do it ahead of time. But you probably will have messages and things that you want to add or remember that go along with your drum. I'm also leaving all the hides natural. It just felt right this time. So if you were hoping for a color, we can always add color later. But it felt like something about it being its raw beauty was really important with this group. And they are all different. Those of you who wanted intuitively selected, I selected yours. So yeah, they're prepping. Actually, I was prepping them today and my grandbaby went and pulled them all out of the water for me and spread them all out and was like, get to it. What are you doing with these? So they've been baby blessed. But I did start cutting them and processing them under the full moon because I wanted to pull that energy in. So they'll have that Aries moon that connects in with Pele. So we're going to do a lot with that, it seems like. Yeah. Any other questions on anything that came in the kits? And I do have more things for you. I included, I said this in the video. I included the card on Labradorite, but I didn't include it in your kit because I'm bringing that with me. So if you're like, oh, I'm missing something, I have this card, that's because you're getting it later. So
I love Labradorite Labby. It's one of my favorites. I just used it tonight with a session. We had a big piece of it at the shop and I used it with a session. It was really good. Will we be mostly inside or outside when we're doing stuff or a little bit of both?
both will be
Okay.
a lot like, so if we're doing we have a ceremony that is outdoors as long as weather's permitting, and we have ceremonies that we'll do indoors as well. So we'll be constantly in and outside. Yeah. Um, I'm hoping from what the weather looked like, it should be like it may rain, but then the rain moves pretty fast. So,
Mhm.
and it's nice because it is completely private. And so we can do whatever we want, wear whatever we want. The only thing is there is a man who lives between us and the waterfall. There's like a cliff house, and there is a man that lives in that cliff house, or he lives at a beach. He has two houses. We called him Cliff Jimmy. And so that was the only human being that we saw the entire time, just because nobody's there. There are some other houses that are down closer to the shore, which is about a 20-30 minute walk. So like there's possibility that there will be people there. It's an orchard. We have permission to pick and eat any and all fruits and vegetables that are on the land. They love it when we pick them. So anything that is ripe, there's so many different fruits and even fruits that I don't even know the name of. We're allowed to pick depending on what's in season. And, there may be all picked because of the season, or there may be some there because last time we were there in the spring. So it's possible that there'll be a lot more since it's later in the year. Yeah, and there's lots of places to wander. There's going to be bugs in places, so just be prepared that there will be bugs. Mosquitoes weren't super bad, but bring mosquito repellent. I have a bar that I bring it's actually a soap, and you rub it on while you're still wet after the shower, and it works really, really well. Most of our food is all going to be very clean and low sugars, so mosquitoes tend to like you if you have a lot more sugary foods. But I do have like dark chocolate and gummy bears and potato chips because sometimes we need that dense energy. But we will have everything's gluten-free, dairy-free, and I have a vegan option for every meal. So yeah, we'll all be nourished. I over prepare on food every single time. So Yeah, but bring any snacks that you want, that you have for your comfort food so that you can feel nurtured because we will not be leaving the property. So we will be there for by 4 days. Yeah, we're there for 4 full nights. So 5 days, 4 nights. So just be prepared for that. If there's something, make sure you have your medications or anything else you need, because yeah, we won't be able to leave. If there is an emergency, we do have emergency contacts and they would come get us. I already calculated how long it takes to get to a hospital in the nearest hospital. So we're fine there. We've already got all the emergency stuff, which we won't need. We're in and out of the house a lot, and there's 2 houses on the first property. One house is where everybody sleeps, and there's a full kitchen in there. The other one's where all the food is, the ceremonies are, and there is another bedroom in there too. So one's a quiet house, one's a more productive doing stuff house. But in between, it's like rock pathways. So if you don't like to walk barefoot, you'll probably want to make sure you have some sandals that you can flip on and flip off in between going places. I'm just barefoot the whole time. So and there is a washer and dryer at both locations. So as you're packing, don't stress. Yeah. We'll go visit my favorite tree on the planet, a very sacred tree. It's a banyan. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun and magic. So, any other questions before we dive into sharing?
I had one other question. So I believe my flight comes in at 12:30.
Mhm.
Do I message you when I get there, or do I just
Yep.
wait at the airport for
Everybody
everybody
just
else?
message me so that I know you're there. I have all of the times and we'll just be hanging out. I'll probably, because we have like 2 hours until then, when everybody gets in, then I can kind of gauge, okay, we have this person coming in 20 minutes. So I'll let you know exactly where I am because they don't let you park and wait. You have to actually pull up when the flight comes in. So message me when you've got your luggage and you're out so that I know that I can start moving up to come find you.
Okay. It's a beautiful airport. I've been to Kona
Oh, yeah.
before and Hilo. Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, they're super pretty.
Smells
Will we have a WhatsApp group at that point that we can message in?
Yes. I'll
Okay.
create a new, well, I think I can just add you
No.
to ours.
I
I'll
think you
just
can
add you.
too. And then I'll remove myself when we're done, so you guys have your private group.
Or you can just be in both because
Or I'll
everybody will know
stay
you
and
by
you'll be
then.
like, "Hey, girl, hey."
I was gonna say we might just want to keep you in there.
I'm
You
certain you will.
probably will. That's my hope.
Thank you for the reminder. I'm adding you right now. Okay, you're added. Ta-da! Easy
Okay.
button.
Melanie, just watching you dance in the background.
I'm like all the things she's
You're
saying.
in
I'm
it.
like, oh, I'm so excited. It's like Christmas.
Yes.
And the best part is like, I know what you guys don't know. And then also there's so much surprise in it's going to be a totally different experience because you are totally different people than I went with to Mexico. So I'm just like, oh my God, I'm full body goosebumping the entire call so far.
Well, and it's interesting how much the land is calling back. Because there was the Pele and Darien Crystal while I was in Mount Shasta. And then I shared earlier today, I finished a bumblebee rattle and I had posted it. The woman who bought it lives on the Big Island. She's like, "Can you bring it to me when you come to the Big Island?" I'm like, yes, I can. So I'll be seeing her first. And I actually met her at the Queen's Bath, these cave aquifers, kind of like a cenote, where the queens used to bathe. And I was in there by myself in the dark and met her in the dark in that water cave, like 3-4 years ago. And I haven't seen her since. So it's interesting. And she does a lot of she works for a drug treatment center. And so she helps people who are in recovery. And so I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I am going to chat with her and see if she wants to come and meet with us when we come out of Wapio, because then we'll be able to have a new person that knows nothing about what we're doing to practice on. So I'm working on gathering in any of those people, just depending on their schedules, because it is nice to have somebody who knows absolutely nothing about what should it be, what shouldn't it be, and they're just like, yeah, tap in, whatever. and it's confidence boost. So I am working on that. Depends on schedules and if we are called to a different land for some reason. I want to honor what the land wants from us because she's calling. Sweet. Okay, who else would like to share how your week's been or any questions?
I'll go ahead. My week started off kind of heavy at work. There was a really negative and heartbreaking situation with a student. And it was one that I had been helping. I don't want to divulge a whole lot, but I don't understand how parents kick their children out at 15 with their clothes on their back. I don't understand that anyhow. But so that is a little bit better. It wasn't the outcome we were hoping for of what happened with this situation, but he will be back to school at some point, maybe a month or two. So I had to really be careful that I was not, and it was like perfect timing with the videos, that I was not attaching the negative emotion to a story. So it was really insightful, and it helped me a lot to not do that because like I literally cried. It was that bad. So that really helped a lot. And then the week lightened up. I really related also to the impulse of negative emotion and realized something that I was still doing with the like what is the word? Disappointment, future, like betrayal. And that had come up in my session with you was betrayal. And then that kind of brought it up more. My husband is an alcoholic and he quit drinking 10 years ago. But right when he quit drinking was when I was ready to go because I was a drug and alcohol counselor. I don't want to go home. And it was pretty bad. And so I didn't realize that I was like almost like setting him up for me to revisit betrayal. Like every time he would do something, I don't know how to explain it. It was like your example there. Just like the disappointment and then just like I was still holding that there. So when he wouldn't do something like take out the garbage or, something even small like that, I didn't realize I was like doing that over again. Oh, there's a betrayal. He didn't do that, just like before. It was really interesting. It was very enlightening. It helped me a lot.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And then the week just felt lighter. It just got lighter. Yeah.
Bubbles popping, ways opening. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and even it's interesting that it starts with something so dense and heavy, but then anything that's dense and heavy within you can jump on that frequency and move as well. So that probably helped.
Yes.
Or just educating yourself can do that too.
I think it was a lot of both is what it felt like. But yeah, it was a really good week with clients with energy too. So I have what does your friend Rick call it? My mogul job?
Yeah, the muggle job.
Which isn't fully mogul because I work with high school students and a lot of them do have issues and things like that. So working with them, trying to get them to be better people, but it's still a mogul job because it's 7 to 4. And then I have my side job, which is my business with the energy work, which is not work at all. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So that
You
always
love
helps.
what you do. You never work another day in your life, right?
That's what they say.
Well, and it's funny because, I had a lot of conversations recently. People are like, oh my gosh, you're always on the go. I wish I had your life. And I'm like, well, that's because like 15 years ago, I said, I want a life that I don't have to ever take a vacation from. I just want my life to be my life. And
Yeah.
so, kind of the same thing. Although even when we taught the grandbaby work, Nana's working and we taught him work. And so he'll come up, work. And I'm like, I don't even like calling it work. But I was like, I gotta go be on my call. And he's like, work. And I'm like, well, I guess. Oh, I don't like this word. It doesn't work for me.
It's a 4-letter word, just like all the other 4-letter words.
Right. And I'm like, oh, but it's good because we're establishing a boundary and yeah, all of those things. But yeah.
Well, hopefully in a year or two, I'll be retired, and that is my goal, is to just be doing that. That is my goal.
It's a very reasonable goal.
I think so. I just have to trust, because you start going, well, I need health insurance. I need, you know what I mean? And
And you
so
can still
you
get
start
health insurance. I
coming,
have health insurance, and this is the
yeah,
only thing I do. Well, all of the things
yeah,
that I do are the only thing I do, but yeah.
yeah. It's that trusting in the universe and the alignment. Oh man, is anybody else seeing a lot of angel numbers today?
My daughter texted me 555. My middle
I
daughter.
am. Did she? I am seeing them everywhere. It's like every time I look at my phone or my laptop, I'm 333, 555, 444s.
And I notice when I'm seeing them, like everything is very consistently like number, but they change. Usually I take that for myself as we are so in alignment. Like just, yep, you're in alignment. Your heart's in alignment. Your strength's in alignment. Your partnerships are in alignment. Like I just see, oh yeah, we're going. We're so synced up right now. So that's
I
good.
have a friend that every time he sees it, he says, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And so I've adopted that recently. And I'm like, oh, 333, exactly where I'm supposed to be. 444. So yeah, the angel numbers have been coming through strong the last like 2 weeks for me.
When
For
I do
you
see the
too?
fours, I check in with the heart. I'm like, wait, what's my heart saying? Does my heart feel aligned? Okay, yep, okay. So
I love it.
just because it's the heart chakra. That one is the one that I'm like, wait, where's my heart? And twos, I check, where's my partnerships? What am I partnering with right now? So yeah. Cool. Well, I love that. Oh, I'm just so excited. I can't wait to dive in. Okay, Gladys, do you want to share next?
Hello, hello. I don't know that I have much to share this week. I was thinking, I was like, I know I've watched some videos, but it's kind of felt like I didn't like all of it just has come natural. I haven't really felt like I've had any questions on it. And then I was like, but really, have I watched enough videos this week? My days are kind of blurred together. Um, yeah, I don't know that I have a whole lot to share other than I am so dang excited. I like skipped out of the post office today with my box. At first, I was like, what the heck? What is that big box? Like, because I knew I was expecting a couple other packages, and I was like, what in the world could that be? Like, I totally didn't even think about the kit coming. And then I was like, really anxious for the postman to hand it to me because I was like, what the heck is that? And then I saw your name and I was like, it just like lit a fire in me, and I was skipping out to my car. I was very excited. And then I've already watched the video of what was in it. But crazy enough, the box is still sitting in my car. I was like, I'm kind of a weirdo. Like I will get packages and then I'll save them because I need it to be right time to open it. Like I want to be present with it and intentional. And so I haven't opened it yet, but I have watched the video of what was in it while I was folding laundry.
There you go.
So so I'm very excited to be present and go open it and have that opportunity. Um, yeah,
And I
it's
love
very
that you do
stoked.
that you allow yourself to compartmentalize so that you can be fully present.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful trait.
yeah. I have been extra tired this week and not sleeping well. I guess that kind of has felt like the theme for the last couple months. It's probably a combination of just like energy shifting, and then also I have a 14-month-old who's teething. So there's just the combination of that. So I've been very grateful the nights I've been getting good rest. Surprisingly enough, I slept pretty good like last night wasn't great, but during the full moon was pretty okay. I did have a couple like weird dreams that I'm having a hard time recalling, but the kind of dreams that kind of like jolt you awake and you're like, what was that? And I remember after one of the dreams seeing 444 on the clock. So So it's kind of cool. But for me, 444, I was always like, your spirit team is near, but I kind of like tying it into the heart. Like, okay, your spirit team is close. What's your heart trying to tell you? Like, check in with your heart. So I really loved that. Um, I'm just excited to go, and I'm open to whatever the universe has to offer me.
Yay, I love it. Oh, so good. Thank you for sharing. Oh, and then Melanie didn't get to hear where you were from.
Oh, I live in Centennial Park, Arizona. It's a sister town to Colorado City. I'm not sure if you've heard of Colorado City. Um, it's about an hour from St. George. Yeah, an hour east. So that's where I'm currently living. Devin lives a few miles from me. I actually ran into her at a pool party and told her I was going, and she was just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you." Shared about her experience in Mexico and that she was going to Mount Shasta. So it's kind of fun knowing that I have someone close by that I can connect with. Her daughter and my 5-year-old are same age, and
Oh,
yeah, so we sometimes end up at the same birthday parties.
her daughter calls
So,
me the unicorn.
oh, I love that.
The unicorn lady? Can we go to the unicorn lady's house? I'm like, why am I the unicorn? She's like, I have no idea. I'm like, I don't even have any unicorns, but I'll be her unicorn, sure.
My family and my kids are so jealous that I'm going to Hawaii without them. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to find one of them in my suitcase. Yeah, they're all like, especially my husband. He's like, okay, I can do this. I can let you go on your own.
But it's not
So,
tourist Hawaii. So even if he wants to have an experience with you later, it will be completely different because we're mostly going to the
yes.
same spot and then the same spot. So
Yeah. Yeah.
if
And
that
he
makes him
he
feel
knows
better,
that too. It does.
we're only going to one spot for all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
It'll be so boring. We'll save the good stuff for when you're there.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot to see that, we're not going to necessarily get to. So that people love, but yeah. Unless we change our minds halfway through, which we can.
Right.
So I'm there early enough that I'm going to go visit some other places and just kind of see where we are specifically called to go. So, because yeah, I'll be there early enough. I hadn't planned on going so early, but I mixed up my 6 and my 8. Instead of flying in on the 18th, I'm flying in on the 16th. And I went, oh, numbers. Okay. Well, looks like I'm going a few days early. So, yeah. Excited to see what unfolds. Now, Cindy, would you like to share?
Sure. Yeah, of course. So totally different energy than last Thursday. Last Thursday, oh my gosh, right? But I I decided I needed to do something about it, right? And my kiddo helped me, my cute 17-year-old. He's like, "Mom, your cortisol is out of control and we're going right now." I'm like, he's all, we're so we went to the ranch. We weren't supposed to, we could have gone Thursday night, but of course it was late and all the brain stuff, right? And he's like, let's go. Anyway, we went and it was so beautiful. We got in nature, we were able to ground, have some time with just me and him before everybody, the other family members got there. Went and got in the hyperbaric chamber. Like, it was amazing. And so that's been able to help, get me out of the 3D and where I was at and all the things and the stresses. And so finally this week, I'm ready to go to Hawaii and I'm ready to watch videos and and I've been able to like be present for one of my childhood friends. Her father passed away, and so the funeral was this week. And anyway, just have been able to be there, for her and just kind of help her through some things. In fact, she texted while we were on and was like, "Do you have some?" Because she's having some struggles with her 17-year-old daughter, and she's like, "Can you meet with us tonight?" I'm like, "Yep, sometime after 8, I will be there." So
Late enough.
yeah, so it's just really great to be, and of course, I got on your clearing that you did on Facebook the other night. Like it popped up. Like I haven't, so that also helps. Like it just all, yeah. So anyway, timing, love it. And
Love it.
just, trusting that it all just works out, right? So yeah, I'm excited.
And it's funny because I didn't plan on doing that clearing, and we finished our collective practitioner call, and then like afterwards, I'm like, my skin feels like it's on fire. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sleep. No, it's fine. Let me just cleanse everybody's energy, and it wouldn't go away. I was like, I need to jump on. There's too many people that need support, and so yeah, I'm glad you're able to jump on and kind of see like the process can be really, really fast. And I took probably about like 45 minutes afterwards to like clear everything, but then I felt amazing because everything that was mine that matched anything got to move too. So yeah. And there were other people who were like, I haven't seen anything of yours. And then it was like right there. And I'm like, I know, and I haven't been on in 2 weeks. So algorithms really suck. So who knows who's going to be on. So I love that you were able to jump on.
Right. Yeah, it all just it worked out. And of course, I did have the thought, I'm like, oh, I'm sitting here doing this when I could be doing a video. I'm like, hello, I'm learning. It's just totally divine and great. So anyway,
I do
it was
recommend
great.
whenever I
It's
do the
been
lives, like watching it, because at some point you doing a live would be really beneficial for people to understand how you do it. Although it can be nerve-wracking, I've heard. Well, and even me, like, 'cause you just don't know, and especially if they're people that you totally don't know, and you're talking to yourself and you're not getting feedback. But if you can do a live, you can do any client session. I should do that as like
Yeah.
the final exam. Everybody has to do a live. No, Melanie says.
No, I think that doing a session on you is, yeah, that's good. Doing a live, like I popped on and was just watching for a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, could I do that? Maybe I should start with live card readings and then go to maybe.
Or you just do it and see what happens. And then you can always delete it.
I don't have to share it anywhere, right? Don't have to save it.
No.
Um,
Well, and also
oh,
I've been
the
doing
one,
this for many, many years. So for me, it is really fast.
yeah.
What were you going to say, Cindy?
Oh, I was just gonna say the one thing that with all the timing and watching you and the videos is permission, right? So and the way that you approach permission. And I'm always like, okay, do we have permission? But just the way that you were with it or you are with it. Last night, because my friend, she does emotion code and other things as well. And anyway, it just came, I was like, oh, me meeting with her and her daughter, right? And last night she's like, well, can we just do it without her? I'm like, nope, we really need her in person on this one. And I'd love for you to talk with her, because I had some other things going on today. And anyway, she was like, we had a really great talk, because part of the thing is their connection, right? And that was why, and she's like, well, she's always on board. She loves the clearing, kind of what you had gone into of like, yes, we have permission, but there's just that being there and being present and like really hearing it from her. And so anyway, again, timing, it all works out. And yeah, so
And
that
it's
was
interesting you
that was
mentioned
my
that.
good lesson.
I love that you mentioned that because I had a conversation with somebody recently. So, my friend Shalise, any of you who have seen her stuff that I've done, her son had a traumatic brain injury, and he's actually doing phenomenal. They originally said, start planning on him coming home around Christmas. I got a message today. We're actually thinking he can come home next week. Like,
Wow.
right? I was like, oh my goodness. But I was talking with another dear sister who had a traumatic brain injury herself. And I'm like, what did you use? What worked? And she gave me this list of oils and herbs, and we haven't been able to use any of those yet. But I made the joke. I was like, well, I wanted to know, she asked for a session for him. And I said, yeah, if he's open. And then I made the joke, well, he's wide open now. Haha. And I tell this woman, she's like, oh, well, actually, I was taught that anybody who is alive at this time consented to my light. And so I can heal them, whether or not I have their verbal permission, or I can just ask their higher self. And I sent her a paragraph. I was like, that's like saying because my body exists at this time, you can have sex with me without my consent. Like that is just as violating. And so I love that you appreciate the really hard boundaries. And I was kind, but I was very thorough in my response and very direct. And yeah, she didn't respond to it. And then later she's like, I think I need a session. I'm like, I think you do, but you also have to know that we need permission 100%. So, I mean, and I think a lot of people just don't realize the depth of what you can get entangled with. And even if her daughter had permission, if somewhere she felt violated because you hit a spicy part that was maybe a little bit more painful than others, then those guards go up and the gate closes and they're not open to the healing, even if they pretend to be. So, or to people please, they say they are. So, yeah, I love that you bring that. Yes. And I think Sunny may have fallen asleep and be getting the rest that she needs. So hello, Sunny, when she watches the replay. Anybody else have anything they want to share or any questions? We have one more batch of videos coming out this week, but you guys all have the master list. And again, if there's anything you don't get to, I don't want you to stress out, but if you can get to it first, it will make more sense when we get there and we don't have to repeat. So, but don't be hard on yourself if you don't get to them all, because then you'll
Hey, I guess
you won't remember.
right. So I have a question, and maybe you've already addressed it in one of the other calls, but do we bring like a covering with us, or
like bringing surprises? Yes, I have one for you. I'm bringing one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Melanie's laughing. She's like,
I know. I'm like, I have all these things.
I'm
like,
also-
no, I like you getting gifts when you arrive. That there's something significant about putting forth the effort to travel to the land, and you're offering to this land and to receive instantly and like as soon as you get there. And so that's where I could have just sent them with your kids, but I love the connection of utilizing them in a ceremony where you're receiving with that ceremonial purpose, and then they're set aside as a ceremonial tool. So your ceremonial sarong that can be worn on your body or on your head, I'm bringing. It is red for those of you who want to fashionably connect. I kept tapping into different colors, but it was definitely red. So we're doing womb work.
Can I just show you what I've set aside? As I've packed all my scarves, and all my head stuff, like most of them. I've used them to wrap all my crystals because I have thousands of crystals. I've decided I like literally. My red one that we made at the womb, that we made with Erin, the red one that I wore at the womb ceremony.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
then
the one
this
I
really-
want.
Yeah, the one you want. I'm like, and then this one that's like maroon into a red.
Ooh.
So that makes me feel like I'm right on track. I'm right where I'm supposed to be, guys.
Here's your alignment.
I never use my red ones either. Like the one red one that I took to the womb class, like, but I've never they're not the ones that I'm always drawn to. So I thought this is weird. I'm like, well, now I'm gonna
usually
have to
we
pack
save the red
clothes.
for when we're doing womb specific, but it was like, no, red. Well, and in a lot of indigenous traditions, red is the color you wear so that spirit can see you and you have extra protection and you have extra information. And that's what they kept going back to. So, like, yeah, recently at Mount Shasta, we had purple. It was purple and blue because that connected with the energy of what we were working with. And so I thought, and then one of the women showed up and she's like, I just keep seeing blue. Everything is blue. And then like I'm like, here's some more blue. And then her drum was blue as well. And it was like, here's more, here's more. So I love these little threads of connection that spirit gives us just to give us a little like, you're on the path. This isn't fully faith or trust falling. It's literally just trusting. And here's the sign. Now keep going. Now keep going. So I love that. Melanie, I will show you what I am bringing because that might make it easier for your packing. So I ended up, and I shared this in the other practitioner group. I ended up getting a tool bag that's like gripped on the bottom, canvas. It's for tools, but then I have these pockets for my crystals. And so I don't have to worry about wrapping them. I have my singing bowl that goes in the middle. I have like my big old selenite. It's like my Mary Poppins bag. And so I'm actually working on bringing this as my carry-on without my tools. And I'm like, I think it can go through TSA, like, because the crystals that I'm bringing my Lumerian set, because there's no way I'm not bringing that for you guys. And so, but they're like this big and sharp and pointy and huge, but they'll slide in. And then like even my magnet fits right in here. Like, so I'm bringing a meaty bag and I was going to do leather, but this will hold up a lot better. So
I love that.
Where did you find that?
Amazon. Just look up tool bag on Amazon. And then I check the dimensions to make sure it can go on a carry-on. I do have one of those, but I
know you do.
Fly with that.
No, I just bought that because I have to pack up my space that I've so lovingly worked on for a year. And I'm like, I had my last session there. I'm like, it's okay. It's just 4 walls that I painted. It's totally okay. And that space can keep working for me even if I'm not in it. So I'm grateful for it. But I want to be able to continue offering sessions and things. And I was feeling like I had to shut everything down. And then I was like, why can't I just get a case like Holly brings to ceremonies and retreats? Like, why can't I do that and just take it with me? So that's what that's for. But now I'm like, oh, I might need to get a little tool bag.
And I did this so I wouldn't have to wrap each crystal individually.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I have to bubble wrap everything, which I may still do it for flying, but I'm like, if I have to bubble wrap and then put them in a thing and then close it and then re-bubble wrap, that's just too much for me. So I need to be able to pull.
I'm bringing art supplies, so you bring tools.
Okay, I got the tools. I'm bringing my pink ink. There's a rose quartz ink here. So she's coming. Somebody needed her because I already had planned on it. But if you look, they just slide like literally. Oh, wait, not that way.
Where did you get that? This is bad. Stop showing me things
Mount Shasta.
until we get there. This is real bad.
There were no more. It was the only one. You can't have one. But it's from the Isis shield that goes between Mount Shasta and the Castle Crakes for the ancient Lemurian wisdom. So it's been sitting there for many, many years. So I'm like, okay, you're going with me. So, but they just fit in their little pockets and they're so cute.
That's amazing.
And then I have one for Shiva Lingams and then one for used Shiva Lingams if I need to. So,
I love that. I bought this really cool thing that like, I have my watercolors in here. I have like 50 different kinds of markers.
And so I'm glad I'm bringing the big, huge bus vehicle that will have the extra luggage space.
It's little. Look, it's just little. But it fits a lot.
Yes. So, okay, lovelies. Anything else before we wrap up? We're just all really excited to get there, huh? I know I am. Okay. Well, we'll call it a night and we will plan on seeing you in Hawaii. So just make sure you let me know when you land. Just keep me posted, even if you want to message the group taking off, landing, because I have your flight information and I'll keep tabs. I'm also going to send out just my sheet with everyone's flights. If you'll just double check that I have your information correct, because me in numbers. And the more we get out of the 3D, the harder they are for me. And I'm not even going to pretend to be an expert at those. So when I send those, just double check that I have yours right, just in case, because I want to make sure I'm there. So yay.
Is this our last call?
It is our last call until we
Okay.
get back. I said it at the very beginning, so I apologize that I didn't remind you. I am traveling on Thursday, and so I don't know where I'm going to be and service. So it just seemed easier that we'll skip that one. I would still love if everyone checks in, and you guys are so good about communicating. And I'm like, I'm dying to watch that video so I can comment, but I haven't had a chance today yet. So, but yeah, for some reason, Spirit wants me there days early. Usually I only go a day early. So I'm like, I can't believe I put in the wrong date. I don't know how that happened. Other than I'm supposed to be there early. Or maybe there's some adventure we're doing that I don't know about yet. So I love Mel because she knows. She's like, there's always something. So yeah, but it'll give me time to connect in. So if you need anything, do let me know though, because I'll have service at some point. So, but I will be holding the energy there, calling you all in. So excited. Okay. We will see you in Hawaii then. Aloha. Thanks for being on, Melanie.
You're welcome. I'm excited. I can't wait to meet you all in real life and hug you.
See you in Hawaii.
Woohoo!
Guys. See you then.